So today we're talking about digitalization in panel building. In this Spotlight video, we'll explore the current state of control cabinet construction, the steps needed to embrace digitalization, and the game-changing role of the digital twin. We'll also discover how our solutions optimize data integration and the incredible advantages they offer over traditional CAD software. So let's take a look. So I'm Chris, Go-to-Market Director for Eplan, and today it's my pleasure to be joined by Thomas Mickels. Thomas, welcome.
Hi Chris, my pleasure.
Pleasure. And we'll be looking today at digitalization in panel building. So imagine a world where electrical circuit diagrams are no longer in a paper format falling apart inside of a cabinet, and we're in a digital world where all of the data is digitized and all of the data is available everywhere throughout the production process or engineering and production process. So Thomas, can you tell us a bit more about this?
Yeah, it's definitely to stay tuned, because we are here talking about 70% productivity increase in engineering processes, because we are talking about standardization and even automated engineering process to get that enormous amount of data handled in the system, that you have really a full description of your automation system. And then when we make the step to manufacturing, it's also to talk about up to 80% more speed in single tasks. For example, when we look at wiring, this is all driven by data and all driven by the right applications. So, but not get maybe overwhelmed by these big numbers, because everything is scalable. You can really implement these things step by step, but it's important to start with a high quality in the engineering process and then go on and forward the data to manufacturing.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. Thanks for the introduction. And let's start with the first topic on the agenda. So this is the current situation in panel building without digitalization. And this is really dominant right now in the industry. We see that this is really the current situation. Companies are still working with paper documents. They're working with paper in the shop floor. They're producing panels with manual tools. And this is still happening, Thomas, right? So can you explain a bit more about this current situation for us?
Let's take paper as a similar word for not really data, or really low depth of data. Because if you have printed paper, there is no further information behind, just the things and the information that is printed on the paper itself. So even if there is maybe some kind of 2D layout available that is handed over, it's still, let's call it really not enough data, or closely to no data that is forwarded from engineering to manufacturing. And that makes it really challenging for the people in the workshop to take, for example, the printed schematics and turn them into a cabinet layout, because inside the schematics you have no information about the layout, about the mechanical components, the DIN rails, the cable ducts. Nothing is documented in the schematic. And just think about the experience or the capabilities you need to convert this schematic with all the components into a fitting cabinet layout, and even think about topics like cooling this layout or do an optimized wiring or whatever. So you only can work in the workshop if you are really experienced, or when you are the manager, you can really only work with experienced workers to do all the jobs. And finally, if it comes to this way of working with printed paper, you have nearly no collaboration between engineering and manufacturing. So that means no feedback is going back to engineering. And we have some customers that bring it just to the point when they say, okay, inside the workshop, we just receive some wiring ideas from engineers. Not really a good schematic. Everything has to be reworked. Everything has to be worked over to finally get to a good cabinet solution.
Yeah, really interesting. And it's crazy for me how it's still like this. And the level of skill, like you said then, that's needed to produce a panel is huge, right? Because you just get some paper, it's not clear, and there needs to be a huge level of skill then to produce the panel. So why are customers not moving towards digitalization? What are the steps, Thomas? What would you say are the first steps towards digitalization for panel builders?
So the first step is, of course, the schematic itself. So the schematic is there to do the functional definition of the automation system. So you have all the components inside, you have the wiring in between the components, you have the part data behind. And this is already where we are talking about an additional layer of data. So when you have the part data inside your schematic, it's easy to create, for example, a bill of material. And the bill of material can be a first step to forward that data maybe into following processes like the procurement process, or like, as we already stated, like the manufacturing process. I think it's a good idea now to have a look how Eplan Electric P8 can support you in really creating a high level of quality in the schematic design. So first of all, it's about where to start. And of course, the basic functionality is to really do this graphical layout of the schematics, but you see already on that level, using symbols from the symbol library, Eplan is offering additional functionalities to do that really quick and have all the information inside, including wire numbering, for example. So then you have all these topics of cross-referencing. Eplan is doing this automatically, so it's easy to find related components distributed over several pages, for example. All the reports I just mentioned, bill of material, you have wire lists and DIN rail documentation. Everything is done automatically. Finally, it's about working with standards. So you have a library of predefined schematics, and you just can choose value sets, for example, to finally create a complete documentation nearly at a click of a button. So all these things are first steps into get this quality into the documentation, into the schematic, without having too much effort. So if you work library-based, just think about the speed you can get in creating documentation and have that high level of data depth inside your electrical schematic with all the components, all the wires are described, and you have all this data at hand to do the next steps.
Thank you, Thomas, for describing these steps towards digitalization. But I have another question for you. One thing I've heard a lot, and I've heard a lot of people talk about, is the digital twin. So my question is, what is the digital twin? Can you explain it to us in this chapter?
So I started with explaining the possibilities you have when you have that, or when you put more data into the schematic. But the schematic is one thing. And just imagine that the layout of the cabinet is not part of the schematic. So we need a further step to get really a digital twin, so a full description of the panel and the automation system. And this is the 3D design of the panel. So we really need this to have a 100% specification, let's call it a full description of the panel itself. And I think the most easy thing is, again, to have a look at Eplan Pro Panel, how you can create such a digital twin with the Eplan software. So first of all, you need the right cabinet to start your design. And why not go to a product configurator? In this case, it's Rital rePanel. And within this solution, you can go and find your right cabinet, then select all the accessories and really put together your individual solution. And then, of course, order it or just forward it to the Eplan data portal to download the data to your engineering environment and then make it part of a bill of material, for example. So based on this selected panel and the 3D model, you can start to place all the mechanical components, DIN rails and cable ducts. And by the way, they are not part of the schematic, so there is already additional information coming to your project. So it's the additional information how the layout is designed of the cabinet and of the mounting panel, of course. So based on this, now all the components, the electrical components, the automation components are predefined in the schematic, and now it's just drag and drop them to your 3D environment and make them part of your panel layout. And finally, you also have a check if you put all these devices from the schematic into your panel layout, and this gives quality, and this makes your process better. Then finally, it's about creating all these different kinds of reports and doing quality checks. Maybe you need some space around the components because of heating. And then it's having a look at manufacturing processes. So every component comes with drilling information, and then by placing these components on the DIN rail, you know where to drill holes. The next thing is routing. All the connections are defined in the schematic. In a 3D environment, you can calculate the wire lengths. More and more important is the topic of cooling. You can find out what is the perfect cooling solution for your environment, and you can use Rital reTherm to find a fitting cooling solution for your cabinet situation and mount it in the right place. All these things and the full-blown 3D environment gives you the right tools, the right functionalities to finally complete your digital twin based on the schematic as a functional definition of the automation system. With Eplan Pro Panel, you create the 3D layout and have a full description of your panel. And now we are talking about really a complete digital twin.
Wow, thank you, Thomas. So this is more than a twin, right? Because this digital twin contains so much more information than even the finished product. It's really fully integrated representation of the cabinet with all of the information inside of there. And this then brings me to the next chapter, this optimization via Eplan solutions, is what else can we do with this digital twin? For instance, how can our solutions from Eplan help to integrate this digital twin with other processes, maybe down the line or into production?
Absolutely. So we saw that we now have, let's call it the engineering view completed. Yeah, so the engineer knows all about the schematic. He built the digital or the 3D layout of the panel. And now it's a great possibility to convert all this data, to forward this data, for example, to follow up steps in the manufacturing process. But it's not a good idea just to forward the schematic or just to forward the full-blown 3D layout. The possibility is there to convert the data into a suitable format, and it's 100% fitting to the task, for example, of the worker. Let's have a look how we are doing this with software that is supporting the worker in the workshop called Eplan Smart Mounting and Eplan Smart Wiring. So first of all, let's have a look back to the engineer. So he just finalized his work by creating schematic and 3D layout, and then he starts to provide the data to the manufacturing area just by a press of a button, because we have standardized data formats for that. So the worker is then receiving the data, he's getting his job, then he can start by dragging the data into his working environment. And first of all, it's the job to assemble the mounting panel. So he gets a full 3D view, he gets a list of the components, and he exactly knows where to place what. Finding the right components to place them on the mounting panel is easy because you can scan it, and the EAN code is able to localize the component in the schematic and in the panel layout and gives you the advice where to place it. If there is a question, for example, you want to give a feedback as a worker to the engineering, this is also supported by the software. So we have a deep collaboration between the workshop and the engineering. And the next job or the task is wiring. So again, the worker gets a wiring list and he gets really a very detailed description where to place the wire, where to mount it, and follow which wiring path. And then of course, when it comes to changes, the software can work out the deltas between, or if there is an update in the project, easily guides you which component has to be removed, which component has to be added. And of course, you always have a current overview, a current status of the task you have to solve in your project. So a really integrated working environment, and it's not finished in engineering, it's going forward to manufacturing, and very important topic is to have collaboration between the two departments.
So thank you, Thomas, for explaining this to us and how this digital twin can be used not just in the design process, but also in the manufacturing and production processes as well. Really interesting. And as we already described the steps towards digitalization in panel building, let's maybe now take a look at how Eplan solutions can be an enabler for digitalization. And especially, let's think about how Eplan is a bit different from traditional CAD tools or ECAD tools when it comes to enabling digitalization. Can you explain this a bit, Thomas?
So, for example, when we really make a step back, you can just understand it the best way. When you think about working in a pure CAD environment, when you do it the schematics a graphical way, you really work it really page by page. You create DWG drawings or whatever, but we already saw that creating a schematic is much more than to draw it. Yeah, you really can engineer it with the Eplan environment. And think about all these manual changes you have to make when it's pure graphic, when it's just drawing a schematic. And the Eplan environment is really project-oriented. So you have everything you need for this digital twin, for the complete description of your automation project or your automation system in one project inside Eplan. You can have the data exchange with manufacturing. You can support order processes by just deriving a bill of material and forward it to the order department, for example. You have a super easy change management. So that means if something changes, you just adapt it in the schematics and you can update it in every direction. And finally, it's also about the quality. So if you have data inside your Eplan project, the software can support you because it finds out where you maybe have to enter additional data, or where something does not fit to your norms and standards, for example. And the software can then really guide you by error reports, and you can work them out and finally really forward a project at a very high level of quality.
Yes, so thank you, Thomas. So you talked a lot then about what Eplan can do with the data, how it can be forwarded to other places and how we can use that data. But where does that data come from? Where does it start?
So let's now have a look at let's call it the smallest unit of an engineering process or of an automation system. This is the component or the combination of the components. You know that we have the definition of the automation system in the schematic, but we need the data for the components. And Eplan is providing that data via the Eplan data portal. So we are in collaboration and in partnership with the global vendors of automation components, and they put the data for their components into the data portal. That makes it very easy to integrate this information into the design process. Let's have a look how this works with the Eplan data portal. Let's have a look at the amount of vendors that offer their components. So there are several hundred vendors around the globe offering their data. And there are some of the vendors that have several thousand parts of their portfolio inside the data portal. And we are talking about more than 4 million data sets that are available, predefined and configurable components. Of course, it's not only to have these predefined components, it's also to go into portfolio or component selection based on configuration solutions. Here we see the example of the Rittal repanel configurator, where you really can put together a panel system including all the necessary accessories, and then just forward this complete 3D layout of the panel into your engineering environment with Eplan Pro Panel, for example. I talked about the deep integration of the data portal. So it's very easy, just via drag and drop. You find the solution or you find your right component and then just drag it into the schematic or also into the 3D layout, and Eplan is automatically choosing the right visualization and the right kind of data to integrate it. And because all this data is integrated, the description of the components, it's just a press of a button to create a bill of material, for example, or a terminal overview. And finally, it's not only the technical data for the component, it's also the additional data that is available. Documentation is there, maybe some certification is there. And this is all integrated into your electrical documentation by just dragging and dropping this component from the data portal into your environment.
Yeah, then thank you, Thomas. So it really seems to me like the digital twin is the foundation for everything in panel building, right? And the foundation for the digital twin is digitalization, and the foundation for digitalization is the data which we provide via the Eplan data portal. So really great, thank you for this. So in summary and to close, maybe firstly, I could ask, Thomas, I've told you what my key takeaways were from this session. What are your 3 key takeaways?
Yeah, it's not 3 key takeaways, it's just one, because I think what we just explained here is some kind of journey. And when you want to find out what is your individual journey and where are your steps where you can improve and can start to make your first steps into this digitalization, can just recommend this page. You can just open it up via the QR code, and there you get a full overview about the user journey from starting to have the high quality schematics, to standardization in engineering, to think about the digital twin, and then make your steps in automated panel manufacturing.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas, for this information. And in addition to this journey website, which Thomas just mentioned, we have a lot more Spotlight videos available. So please go and check them out. And thank you so much for your time watching this video. Thanks from both of us. Thank you, Thomas, for the presentation. Goodbye.